Thank God! It's another Ali day.
Babe, do you think that they're tired of your Christmas pajamas?
I just want you all to know that I love these pajamas and I'm going to be wearing these all throughout the month of December because these, it just feels so snug. My body feels so snug in this. I love it. It's like a warm hug from my wife. So I'm happy right now because there's a box that came a few days ago and Felicia's finally going to open the box today. I'm not going to go on further about who it's from and all that. She'll tell you, but when I say this, I can't wait to see what her facial expression would be, and let's just get to it.
Oh, hey guys. Oh, hey. So
excited.
I don't try.
Go under. So my 7th grade teacher, Miss Wneck,
I
is just like, I don't know, like my godmother almost.
Yeah.
I went through a really hard time when I was in the 7th grade. I was dealing with some homelessness and teenage pregnancy. And I just really could not focus on my exam. Like, my brain was just, it was like, it froze. Miss Wneck had caught me in the bathroom crying a few days before then. And I basically shared with her what I was going through because she was just so awesome like that. Clearly she couldn't take me home with her, but she was just so just gentle, and she was kind, and she listened to me with an open heart, and she was like a dream. So I finished the school year. Thank you, Jesus, I passed. And I remember going back home and, you know, whatever happened. And then my mother moved me around a lot. So I moved from city to city, school to school. I was just like kind of all over the place for about 5 years. And then, you know, I begged my mom, could I go back to Lackawanna to graduate? Because I wanted to graduate with people I was familiar with so that my roots would be tangible to me. So she allowed me to move back to Lackawanna, and at the time it was ironic because Miss Wneck had just transferred from 7th grade teacher to 12th grade teacher. So I got her again, and we stayed in touch. We definitely stayed in touch all those years, but I got her again in the 12th grade, and I think I had her for like a social, what is it called? That's when you study hall. I had her for like a study hall or something. I didn't have her for any major things, but she was just as warm as when, you know, I was a younger lady or woman or girl or whatever. I don't know. But I talked to her all the time, and obviously I was much older, and so her and I connected on a whole nother level. It was just like we were family. And that's when I learned that her middle name was Felicia. I learned a lot more about her in the 12th grade than I knew about her in the 7th grade. And so she told me that her name was Felicia in the middle, and she told me that she had no children, and she said that she told me why she did what she did for me in the 7th grade. She explained to me that she saw that I was going through a hard time, but that I was a really bright student, and she didn't want my life to go down for one mistake. And, you know, hearing something like that 5 years later is just like, you know, it was miraculous, and I loved her. And she gave me her address, and she said, stay in touch. You know, of course, now I'm 12, I'm gone now, so, you know, we can be friends. And so she gave me her address, and we stayed in touch forever, for years, like really forever. And then right around the time when I got my job, her sister had gotten really ill, and she was roommates with one sister, but the other sister lived in another state, and she had began to get really ill, so she was constantly traveling back and forth, and she was hurting, and she's a Catholic, and she's just so sweet, Miss Wneck. And so I gave her space because I had never dealt with losing a sibling, and I didn't know what that was like for her. But we continued to, like, we did breakfast a couple times, but like we didn't talk as frequently as, you know, we had. And then I got married, and of course I called her for that. And then I got pregnant, and then I called her and sent her pictures of that. And we stayed in touch, but we hadn't seen each other. And then when I went through a really hard time in my life, I kind of just shut the world off about 2 years ago, and I hadn't spoken to her. And I wondered, you know, how is she? Because it was unlike our relationship to go without like 2 years of speaking since I was in the 7th grade. And so I called her, and we kept setting up dates for her to meet the kids, but I was in and out of town. She was in and out of town, so it never worked. But Sharif knew how much I loved her. Anyway, so about 3 weeks ago, I called her. I know her phone number by heart. And so I called her up, and she answered with her sweet little voice. And no, she didn't answer. She didn't answer. I was leaving a message on her machine, and she called me back. And she says that she had obviously seen it on caller ID, which I can't even believe she still has a house phone. And we caught up, and she shared some things with me, and I shared some things with her. And you know, I told her I was here in Charlotte, and I told her about my daughter, and I told her we were expecting another child, and she was just so happy for me. And then she asked what, you know, the spelling of Sharif's name, and I'm like, she gonna send me a card or something for Christmas, because she's just so like granny sweet like that, you know. And then we got this.
Oh, yes, let me.
We got this in the mail. Actually, we got it a long time ago, but I just could not bring myself to open it.
You said, I don't have it in me to open it.
Yeah, it says December
it's so
12th.
much. I was like, what is so much? But knowing from the story that you told,
Sharif is like forcing me to open this right now, and I really don't want to open this because I don't know why. I just don't know what's inside.
Right. Do the honors? Or no?
Let's just here. There she is, Catholic.
Saint Mary and Jesus.
To baby from Janet. What do you mean this had to be up? Oh my God, Llama Llama Red Pajama. Saya loves books, guys. This is gonna be amazing.
Is that Rudolph?
Sharif is gonna love
And does she know that Sharif loves Rudolph?
I don't think so.
Match the books.
Let's read the card and then we're gonna call her. Told you, Catholic. May you find new meaning and hope in the joy of Christ's childbirth and in his everlasting presence in our world. It's like weird because I can like hear her voice. Dear Felicia, it was so good to hear from you. I look at it as my early Christmas present to know that you and your family are all well, happy, and growing. Hope the children enjoy the enclosed little gifts. There is one for your baby boy to be also. She remembered. Have a blessed Christmas and a prosperous 2018. Love, Janet, formerly known as Miss Wneck. I guess I'm supposed to call her Janet now. I keep saying that. I don't think I can say, hey Janet,
yeah,
what up though?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I wanted to call and say thank you for the books. It's funny, my son's favorite is Rudolph.
Oh, good.
So I was excited about that. How are you? How was your Christmas?
Christmas was very nice, very quiet. It was just, you know, my brother-in-law being sick, we kept it very low key. So my nephew was playing with the 3 kids, so it was a wild running around.
Okay.
But it was really nice.
Okay, good. That's good.
You know, I did my church thing, and we had Christmas Eve dinner, and we had Christmas dinner, and it was very nice.
Who cooked?
We're getting together with my nephew and the kids tomorrow.
Oh, good. Good.
And how was your Christmas?
It was really good. My mom came down and spent some time with us, and my husband got 1 day off. I really wish he would have gotten the next day off, but he didn't. So I spent the evening preparing lunch and everything. But other than that, it was good. The kids were happy. I received the box about a week and a half ago, but I was like, I didn't know what to expect from you. And I'm like, I don't want to cry, you know, so I just was staring at it. And so today, my husband was like, you need to open this box. And I'm like, I just don't know, because we go so far back. And when I opened it, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was nothing that made me cry. Although I was shocked that you remembered that the baby to come was a boy. I was like, that was really sweet. And then you're talking about formerly. You're never formerly. What do I look like calling you like, what up, Janet? I can't even imagine.
I did look at your blog a little bit too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I didn't or not, but I did look at it a little bit. So, you know, I saw your mother, and that must have been your mother-in-law. And you all went to the beauty parlor or something.
Wow. Well, thank you. And I just wanted to let you know that I love you so much. And thank you.
I'm so glad that you're happy and that your children are thriving and you're thriving and you're happy with your husband and your life. So I'm so glad that all worked out. I mean, you had your challenges and what, so I'm glad that you're in this place now.
You know, to hear that from you means so much to me.
Yeah, well, God was looking out for you.
So Sharif, I'm glad he made me do this. I just didn't know what to expect, and I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Right. I was just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you made me do it.
Yes,
thank you.
we made it. And you didn't have bucket of tears, so everything was cool there because you didn't want to start.
And, you know, it's just like around the holidays, you're already getting very nostalgic. I miss my grandmother.
Right.
My grandmother, Flora May Colbert, she was everything. She was lit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And she was so dope, and holidays were like her thing. And so I just didn't want, you know what I mean? I was already like, you know, I'm always worried when I call Miss Wneck, is she going to still be with us? I just never know, like, am I going to call her sister's going to answer? Because they sound just alike. That's why I thought it was her sister.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. Because Miss Wneck always answers.
Right.
Never her sister. So I don't know. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if she was going to have a picture of me when I was, because she has a lot of photos of me through the years. And she's sweet. I didn't know if she had something remade. I didn't know if she baked cookies. I just didn't know what to expect. And I was just like, you know, and if you read that card, it would formally know, like, don't say stuff like that. You know, I don't want to lose her, even though I don't see her often. I like to know.
Miss Wneck.
Right.
You know,
and she's somewhere in this world praying for me.
Right.
I like that. So.
I get that. I don't know if any of you have a teacher story that you can share down below, but we would encourage you to do that. If a teacher made a impact in your life, I think during the end of the year, you know, like this 2017 year, it's always great to reflect and to think about how you were blessed, not only in this year, but years prior, so that it can carry you into the next year. So comment below any stories that you have, like Felicia's. We'd love to read them. And if this is your first time,
his birthday's in 3 days
my
and a wake
birthday's
up.
in 3 days and a wake up, baby. So the action is coming. I know this video was...
This was story time.
Yes, it was more about story time and to share a past that you weren't aware of. So now you know, just another layer to us. Well, I mean, this really isn't my story, but you know, just another layer that we expose so that you can learn about the Alis. Hopefully you enjoyed the story. And
when something seems bad,
you turn it around, baby.
And make something good.
Blessings, and tell me happy birthday in 3 days in the wake up, baby.
Woo! Peace.